We remain optimistic about the healthcare sector. What is really unique about this sector is that it gives investors exposure to very good growth prospects, whether that is new drugs like gene therapy, whether that's robotics, or whether it's something like artificial intelligence, without having to take on a lot of exposure to the broader economy. Healthcare is one of the few sectors where it is not dependent upon the economy, because everyone will need to access the healthcare system regardless of which way GDP is growing. So particularly off of the back of last year's performance, which was not as strong as we would have hoped, we think that many of these companies have very good growth prospects and now even more attractive valuations. Yeah, we think it is something that will really be profound for the healthcare sector. So it'll really change how we access the healthcare system. It'll be very good for all of us. And what we think will happen is that the rise of artificial intelligence will allow for better diagnosis of conditions. So imagine a future where your doctor has a smartphone app or a laptop where after he or she is done examining you and they input your symptoms, there is software that tells the physician to make sure to check for these things that aren't as common. So it is all about making sure that patients have better outcomes. These are things that companies are already working on. And so one of the interesting things about AI in healthcare is that this wasn't something that was a focus last year for investors. Much of the focus of AI was centered on the tech sector. But in healthcare, it's going to have a meaningful impact. There are a number of companies that are already working on it. So it is my expectation that as we go through this year and over the next several years, that we start to see more of these innovations come to the market, which I think will keep investors quite excited about the space. Yes, we think that this is a profound development in the drug industry. These drugs have shown the ability for people to lose 15 to 20% of their body weight, provided they stay on it. That is a real meaningful impact. It can reduce the rate of heart attacks by nearly 28%. I mean, those are real meaningful changes for a person. So we are excited about the opportunities of these weight loss drugs over the next few years. We still think that the healthcare systems around the world need to balance the cost of these products. So while we are not quite in the camp that this is going to change the way airline companies operate or food companies operate, for the companies that have these drugs, particularly Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly, we think that they are very strong growth opportunities. And we think that there'll be more innovations to come in this space. So over the next several years, we think that we are really finally at the point now where we can treat obesity in a way that actually improves outcomes for people.